One press conference that stands out to me in particular was when I first got to use my buzz from the season to build momentum for a big game we had coming up. More than anything, I hoped showcasing our strengths to the press and fans would also amp up my teammates, and it did. But it turns out they weren't the only ones who were listening.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Tennessee Titans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Colts ready to go to work here offensively, and it is Phillip Rivers, their veteran quarterback and longtime Charger, who will be under center.
I don't know what it is, partner, but every time I watch Phillip Rivers play, I just have a big grin on my face because he plays the game with such joy. Loves being out there. Remember, he's part of that great 2004 class with Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger. 2 of them still in the league today. Now he's probably going to go over 60,000 passing yards and 400 touchdowns this season. The big question mark, how much does he have left in the tank? I think he's got plenty.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. And this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The ball carrier.
A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 17 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Rivers on the money, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. This is Mack on the counter, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Daquan Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So here are the Titans backed up to start this drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Henry, the ball carrier.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 15 carries, 75 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often, in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
To throw on 3rd down. Banks. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, 87 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The first down throw here for Rivers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And Haskell's got it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Rivers hands this one to Mack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 38-yard line.
From the 38, Rivers. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Rivers sacked.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So, Charles, here we are. Calendar is turned to November. And if you think about great performances that we have seen from this rookie class, look, this young quarterback, he's got to be right near the top of the list.
I would agree with that. And as you talk about the calendar turning, when I was in college, our coach always used to say that remember what you do in November, which meant the big push to the end of the season, headed towards a bowl game or a conference championship. Remember, he's got November and December coming up. Going to be a little bit longer. But I like where he is. I like his development. The pressure of being a high draft pick is no longer there. The pressure now is, can you guide your team towards the playoffs? That's what he has to focus on now.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Henry again, the ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On the scramble.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
He finds Humphreys. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He gets it to Humphreys. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Operating from the gun. Banks toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Banks got a man. It's Humphries. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
Adam Humphries with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He's got Jack Doyle. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. They'll throw again. Rivers. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Intended for 10.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Rosa's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But
now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And this will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38.
1st and 10 at their own.
Following the interception here, Rivers. They'll run the smack. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
At the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Complete to Hilton. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. A good throw here, finding Pascal. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Mike Williams, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. 30-28 was the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
First down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running jet sweep here, Humphreys. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground. This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it's going to be second down. To throw again. Banks. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee.
To number 11.
A.J. Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They go right back to Mack. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. And he's got his man Hilton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. He completes this one to Mack. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Meanwhile, checking in on action down in Jacksonville. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Baker Mayfield with 1 touchdown pass thus far. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more. It just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, it means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout, and they hook up again for another big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Banks. This will be caught by Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. From the gun, Banks. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith, his sixth touchdown of the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Throwing on first down. Banks. It's caught. Humphreys. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Complete to Adam Humphreys.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the run game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And that is incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Ball throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards there and a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1. I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now this one complete to Corey Davis, and they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. All incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Brings up.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again. Banks. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. Until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. They'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. Certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start. It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Rivers on 3rd and 2.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, 76 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Rivers gets set to lead this offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2:21 the time left. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensive, having time to talk it over. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, he saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Down left side on the swing pass. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anthony Frisker, the intended target.
And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll get this one to Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Rivers. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 1.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. One last shot now for Rivers. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Today's
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.